even try to start some discussions today, there's one thing that I have to do. I feel just a little bit better now, don't you? After one of the most insane weeks I think I've ever experienced ever. Like, I'm trying to do an introduction and it's like not even working because my brain is still trying to process everything. We are going to use this episode today as a therapy session, as a vent session, to try and just wrap our minds around what happened throughout this week, because so much happened. There is so much to go over. I will actually be putting out a second video. Today I will be going through pretty much every game, breaking them down, giving my reactions, giving my thoughts. The second video that I will be posting this week is where I will break down all the major injuries. I will give fantasy pointers, and I will get that up before all of the games start. But there was physically too much that happened. Wow, I caught it. Because, like, come on, this week was absolutely unreal. I don't think I picked my jaw up off the floor for a second. Everywhere I turned, something weird and something crazy was happening, and oh my God. I need to, like, take a minute to breathe because fuel. And let me just say, it was a really bad week to be an ACL. It would make sense for us to just go in order and start with Thursday night football. And let's just start off by saying, if you guaranteed need a team to win one week, let me know who it is and I'll roast the crap out of them so then they'll go out and prove me wrong. This was an aggressive, high energy game that was honestly super, super entertaining. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. Baker Mayfield showed me a side of him that I have not seen in a very long time. He looked motivated, he looked aggressive. He finally utilized OBJ. Thank you very much.
Allowed 155 to the Chargers. This one downfield. Beckham got him. Touchdown.
Baker Mayfield is one cocky dude, and it seemed like having Joe Burrow on the opposite side of the field really made him step up his game. And I wish, honest to God, I wish the Browns would come out and play like that every single week. Nick Chubb was an absolute beast with 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Browns absolutely deserved that win. I'm sorry I said there was no hope for you. Some hope was frickin' found, okay? And while the Bengals might be 0-2, Joe Burrow is not. Yes, Joe Burrow is a rookie, and yes, this was only his second NFL start, but we have to remember he sat for 3 seasons in college. 3 seasons before he was a starter. I am blown away with the poise and the maturity that he has. He is a born leader, and his team is already following him. His team already believes in him. After the game, Joe Burrow mentioned that he can't remember the last time he lost twice in a row, and I hate to be the one to tell him. They're going to keep losing. Unfortunately, the Bengals are not a team that's stacked and ready to come in and win a bunch of games yet. But he threw 3 touchdown passes. Even when they were down, he was in it until the very end. But sincere congratulations to the Browns. You are welcome for roasting you. Now, there are a couple of games on Sunday that I'm not going to go into too much detail about just because they really didn't surprise me that much. The Bears over the Giants. The Bears defense did wonders. My fantasy team thanks you. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna offend a lot of people. The Giants aren't good. Not that the Bears really are either, but it was a close game. The Giants lost Saquon. Overall, the game itself was good. It was fine. It was a good football game. Congrats, Bears. Giants, sorry. Moving on. Another game that really didn't surprise me, Cardinals over the football team. What football team? There's 32 of them. They need a frickin' name. I'll say it every week. I don't care. I'm not gonna lie. I was super pissed last year when Kyler Murray won Offensive Rookie of the Year. I thought there were plenty of other people that deserved it way more than he did. However, this season he is proving me wrong. He is a little beast. The man has got speed. He's got accuracy. He knows how to utilize his weapons. The Cardinals held it together. They beat the team with no name. Not really surprised. The Buccaneers also came in and actually looked how I was kind of expecting them to last week. Mike Evans finally looked like Mike Evans. And even without Chris Godwin, they had a 31-17 win over the Panthers. Now let's start discussing some games that didn't really go as expected. And I guess I should probably just get this one out of the way. The Philadelphia Eagles. Rams are a very solid team. I in no way expected this to be a guaranteed win. I just didn't expect us to look as bad as we did. Let's put it in perspective, okay? The Rams were leading the Eagles 14-3 at the same exact time that the Lions were leading the Packers 14-3. The difference is, however, I had absolutely no fear for the Packers and I still knew they were going to win that game. But I was absolutely terrified for my Eagles, and apparently it was rightfully so. The Packers won their game 42-21. If you didn't hear that, I said the Packers won their game 42-21. And the Eagles lost 37-19. Two, I wholeheartedly and honestly believe that if Wentz's pass to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was caught in the end zone and not intercepted when we were only down by 5, that the entire game would have been absolutely different. Yes, I do believe that. I do believe if we scored right then and there, not even right then and there, on that drive, on that beautiful, beautiful drive, that right there would have been everything that we needed to win the game. Hands down, case closed. But it was intercepted. It was intercepted. It was intercepted. Last season, Wentz had 7 interceptions total. And after week 4, he already has... Wait, what did I just say? And after week 2, he already has 4, so things are looking great. Our offense in total had 3 turnovers on Sunday, 6 so far this season, the most in the NFL. And our defense has allowed 64 points in the last 6 quarters that we have played. Yeah, that stat was just casually thrown in there like, oh, if you're not feeling bad enough, listen to this. And then after that, if you're still not feeling crappy enough, how about the Cowboys come back from a 20-point deficit? With a little over 9 minutes remaining, Cowboys had a 2% chance of winning that game. 2% chance. And they did it. They did it. They won 40-39, if you were wondering. That win was a miracle. There's no other way to put it. It was a miracle, and they deserved it. Did I just, wow. I warned you things were gonna be weird today. I just had the Cowboys deserve to win, and they did. And I mean, let's face it, the Falcons are no stranger to blowing a 20-point lead, but the Cowboys did absolutely everything that they had to win. They scored, and then they went for the onside kick. The onside kick with no team, might I add. The most perfect onside kick that you could have ever imagined. Slowly rolling. It doesn't look like it's gonna go 10 yards, and then it does.
You don't have to wait for it to go 10 yards. You can attack it right there. Somebody could have came in and got it. You're just watching it go. Olamide Zaccheaus could have just covered the ball up. And now you've got all the Dallas players. They're right at 10 yards as soon as that crosses.
And then they get into field goal range. Field goal's good, and they win. So they won. All throughout the Eagles game, I kept saying, it's fine. It sucks that we're losing, but at least the Cowboys are going to lose too. It was a miracle. It was an absolute miracle. And if you are wondering, I am not okay. Okay, that's done. Moving on as quick as we possibly can. Last week, I explicitly said that the Jaguars had to win this game. This was a must-win game for them, for me to believe that they're still a solid team. And they lost. But I will give them the benefit of the doubt. I still believe in them. It would be absolutely unfair for me to count them out after a loss like that. With 1 minute and 36 seconds left, Titans make the field goal that put them up by 3, which just proves that the Jags were in it the entire time. Jags get the ball back. They're moving, they're grooving, and with 47 seconds left, Gardner Minshew's pass gets batted down, recovered by the Titans defense, and there goes the game. It was one of many amazing finishes. The Jags are still blowing my mind, and I am very happy for the Titans, who are 2-0 for the first time in like 12 years. So that probably feels really good. Now we're gonna take a look at the 49ers and Jets game. This is one of the games I was just going to graze over. I fully expected the 49ers to beat the Jets. However, the 49ers are plagued with injuries right now. Their biggest loss being Bosa, who's done for the season with the torn ACL. Kittle already wasn't playing. Garoppolo goes out. Bosa goes out. They're missing majority of their team. I was really hoping that the Jets would be able to take advantage of this and maybe squeak out a win, but they still lost 31-13. So there went that. I have a bright side for Jets fans though. It's going to be a brutal season. There's really no other way to put it. Not that I am praying for you to lose, but in a sense I am, because that way maybe it'll finally be the end of Adam Gase. It's time to get rid of this dude right here with the weird shoulder thing. It's time. I don't think Sam Darnold is your problem. I think if he had proper coaching and better play calling.
They're still able to execute.
Sam Darnold running for his life. And somehow able to keep it alive and find Braxton Berrios for the touchdown. Well.
And for the 49ers, I said it early on, I thought it was going to be really difficult to repeat what they did last season. Now I think it's next to impossible. It's tough. It's really, really tough. And now Kyle Shanahan is blaming sticky turf at MetLife and the NFL is investigating. We'll see what they can pull together for this year, but it's going to be brutal. I will take a deeper look into all of their injuries more in my next video. So for right now, I'm just going to say I'm wishing everybody a super speedy recovery. And it really is a shame that it's really horrible what's happening to the 49ers right now. Another team that's quarterback that went down, the Denver Broncos, who were absolutely resilient. It appears as if Drew Lock is going to be out for a couple weeks, and as of Tuesday, the team has signed quarterback Blake Bortles. And yes, the Steelers came out with a win, but they had a scoreless third quarter, and in a game that should have been a gimme, there was a period of time where they could have lost it. Thank God for that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful defense that held it together for them. The Steelers are 2-0. Did they look as strong and as good as I wanted them to after last week? Honestly, no. They had 10 penalties and 2 turnovers, and there is a lot of work that needs to be done. But when you have Mike Tomlin as your coach, I mean, like, come on. They didn't panic. They didn't get scared. They just did what they had to do to win, and they did. There is one play in particular that I need to talk about. Noah Fant's little bobble and catch Shabbat Shabang. Oh my God, it was epic. It was so epic. He was epic, honestly, throughout the whole thing. However, the Broncos are 0-2 and now without their starter. And now next week they're taking on the Buccaneers with a very motivated Tom Brady. So, good luck. Now, before I go through and I take a look at all of the powerhouse teams that are absolutely unbelievable, I'm going to take a quick second to roast the Vikings, because then it'll guarantee them a win next week, which they desperately need. All right, Vikings, this is the therapy session, so come take a seat down and let's just talk for a sec. Last season, you beat the Saints in the playoffs. Now you're starting 0-2, when in all honesty, you could easily be 2-0. This is going to be harsh and you're not going to want to hear it, but I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off and tell you that Stephon Diggs had more receiving yards on Sunday than your entire offense. You just gave Dalvin Cook big money. Kirk Cousins got his extension. Adam Thielen has a lovely contract. And you let the Colts comfortably beat you. You need to be better, okay? I expect more from you. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Yeah, I went there, and that's worse. So do with that what you will. However, on a much brighter note, here's a list of teams that I am not disappointed in. Bills, Packers, Ravens, Seahawks. I said it before the season started and not many people wanted to believe me. So believe me now when I tell you that Josh Allen is a frickin' stud. He needed a star. He got a star in Stephon Diggs. I love this combo. I love this team. I had very high hopes for the Dolphins this season, and honestly, I still do. However, it is nearly impossible for me to root against the Bills right now. Please tell me you watched Josh Allen absolutely roll over 2 dudes.
Allen
Buying himself some time, fakes the throw, and he is still on his feet. Incredible.
They're just so fun to watch. Last week I said I would hop on the Bills bandwagon. Today I am telling you that I have hopped on the Bills bandwagon. I am a fan. I'm a fan of Josh Allen. I'm a fan of this team. I love it. I love it. Now the Ravens. I'm going to say it right now in week 2. If the Ravens are not in the Super Bowl, my heart will be broken. That's all. That's all I'm going to say about them for right now. If the Ravens are not in the Super Bowl, I will be devastated. Oh my God, I thought it was like a really good idea to talk about all of the teams that I love, like right back to back to back, but I'm literally like out of breath. My heart is like actually racing. We talked about the Bills, we talked about the Ravens, and now I'm going to sit here and just tell you that I love the Packers. They are absolutely unbelievable. Last year, they put up 43 points, and I was absolutely blown away. Last year. Did I say last year? What did I say? I told you. I said it. I thought it was going to be a really good idea for me to talk about all of these teams that I love so much, like really close together, but now I'm like... Last week, he put up 43 points. This week, he put up 42. They are just dominating. And like, honestly, I knew they were going to be good. I knew they were going to do it. I just didn't think they were going to do it like this. Oh my God. I'm like in awe. I'm in absolute awe over the Packers. And after I gave you my lock of the week last week, I told you to tune back in to see if I was right. I will close out this video by giving you my lock of the week. Seahawks over Patriots. I don't think anybody, not even Stephon Gilmore, is going to stop that offense. And guess what? I was. And I'm just gonna say Russell Wilson might be the best quarterback in the league right now. It's bold, but like, am I wrong? DK Metcalf is only in his second season. He is going to be something so special. LJ Collier, who I talked about early on, stepped up and was exactly what they needed him to be. On another note, I have not given the Patriots the credit that they deserve. Their defense has always been strong, so I'm not really going to talk about that, but I am going to give kudos to Cam. I love him. I think he is spectacular, but I didn't know how he was going to come out this season. And plain and simple, he just looks great. That offense and him just work together. I was low-key hoping we'd just be over the Patriots. They'd be out of conversations, at least for the next couple of years. Just give us some time to get over everything. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. Now it is finally time for me to talk about the Chiefs and the Chargers, and I am so excited to talk about this game. Holy crap! Justin Herbert found out he was starting like 5 or 10 minutes before kickoff. 5 or 10 minutes before kickoff, and he came out and sorry, I'm flustered. If the Chargers went for it on 4th and 1, they would have won the game. I honestly believe it. I stand by that statement. I will swear it. I will put an oath to it. I think if the Chargers went for it on 4th and 1, they would have got it. And if they got it, they would have won the game. So for Justin to come out, I have also declared that he is straight up just Justin. Not Justin Herbert, not Herbert. He is Justin because he reminds me of like a little baby. Like I just want to like cradle him and like protect him. Like we're friends. We're on a first name basis now. He is Justin. And his NFL debut. What the? This was a divisional game. Like, it was absolutely unreal. It was amazing. It is straight up facts that there's really no better team in the NFL than the Chiefs. They are the next dynasty. They are the future. It is very rare that I find myself rooting against the Chiefs and rooting against Mahomes, and I really wanted Justin and the Chargers to win this game. And in my mind, he did. He won it. But even after that unreal performance, Anthony Lynn has made it clear that if Tyrod Taylor is 100% healthy, he will be their starter. Right now, looking at week 3, it looks like Justin's gonna get the start, and I would never wish Tyrod Taylor to be injured or hurt or ill in any way. I think he is great. I have nothing bad to say about the man. I just really want to see Justin play again. I think he earned his spot as a starting quarterback. And lastly, Monday Night Football, Saints and Raiders. Raiders breaking in their brand new stadium with a frickin' win. Just win, baby. They did that. I said it in my last video that this was going to be a great game. This is one of my games to watch for this week. And I said that it wasn't going to be an easy game for the Saints, but did I think it was going to look like that? No. Before the season even started, I said I believed in the Raiders. I said I just needed to see a little bit more out of Derek Carr. Derek Carr said it himself. He's tired of being disrespected. And I think for him to do what he did on Monday night was huge. They broke in their new stadium with the win. They signed the frickin' wall. They beat the Saints, the team that everyone just has such high expectations for. Derek Carr did everything right. The offense did everything right. The defense did everything right. John Gruden, I think to go for the field goal to seal the deal at the end of the game was the smartest decision ever. Even if they missed it, I stand by the decision to go for the field goal, and they didn't. They made it. It was unreal. It was absolutely unreal. This week was absolutely unreal. The twists and turns and the roller coaster of emotions that I was sent on. I am still recovering, okay? Okay, if we can't tell, I'm a little fragile, I'm a little on edge. I don't think I could finish a single sentence today, but we did. We got here at the end. And while this might be the end of this video, this is not the last time you will see me this week. As I said early on, I will be putting out a second video this week, breaking down all the injuries, especially from a fantasy perspective. I know there are a lot of broken teams, and we're gonna see what we can try and do to put them back together just a little bit. I knew this season was gonna be weird. I didn't expect this. Thank you so much for tuning into my therapy session. I think we all needed a little bit of this venting period, so don't forget to like and subscribe and to tune into my next video. And I just have to fix this.